So we're going to start with the coaching session today. It's March the 8th. It's 11 o'clock in the morning. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go into the MLS, even though I already told you I'm going to give you other sources. So let me go into the MLS because for me it's the easiest to go there. Okay, so. All right, so this is what most agents do when they search in the MLS or search for properties on the internet or whatever website you're going to go through, and I'm going to give you a few of them. What they do is they usually go to residential search, right? So which is right here, residential search, residential detail. Let me make this a little bit bigger so you can see it better. And then you go to residential detail here, and then you put active properties. Now there's a benefit to the MLS that other systems don't have, which is the filtering characteristics, and I'm going to show you that right now so you know what I'm talking about. But for right now, let's make it really simple. So I'm going to put active properties, and I'm going to select a city, and I'm going to choose Los Angeles because there's so many properties in Los Angeles, right? And it says that there's 2,319, almost 2,400 properties for sale in the city of Los Angeles that are currently active right now. Now, the first thing that I need to do is I need to narrow this list down. Yeah, I need to filter everything that it doesn't make sense. And the reason why is because if I don't do that, I'm going to be going to 2,000 properties. That's way too many properties. Think about each property is going to take you about 10 minutes to analyze, and you want to do at least, let's say 2 hours a day, maybe an hour, 2 hours a day. So you can analyze about 10 to 15 properties a day, every single day. So that's going to be about, 50 to 100 properties a week, right, to find the deals, right? So you don't want to have to go through 2,000 properties to find 10. You want to go through 20 to find 10, So what we're going to do is we're going to use a feature that the MLS has that unfortunately I don't know if any other website has it, but there's a feature called the public remarks, which is basically what the agent puts the property is. So when the agent is building, and I'm going to show you how to find that in other websites like Zillow and other places like that. When the agent was building that property, he put a property description, and in the property description he put words, terms. He would say, this is a brand new property or turnkey property, remodel property, etc., etc. Every single word that he uses in the property description becomes a searchable item. So if the agent put, for example, what are the most common terms, for example, for properties that are in distress? Foreclosure, there's one. Foreclosure, the one that I like the most, fixer, for fixer-upper. Fixer, flip, investor special, handyman special, cash only. Those are some of the words, and you'll see more as you go, you start looking for more, you start seeing more. Handyman special, bring your tools, or something like that, or no FHA offers or something. So they have several terms. But we're going to start with the simplest one. We're going to start with the one called fixer. So I'm going to go into the public remarks here. I'm going to type the asterisk because the word fixer has to be within asterisk. So I'm going to type the word fixer, and now my 2,300 properties just dropped to 46. See how much easier that is going through 46 properties than going through 2,300 and blah, blah, blah properties, right? Yeah. So now every property that we have here, it's going to have the word fixer on it. So when you have a property on the screen, like so, all right, let me make it a little smaller so you can see it better. All right, you can do Control F. Control F is Control Find, all right, and you can put the word fixer, and then it's going to highlight it. You see that? So it doesn't matter which page you're in, whether you're in Google, whether you're in Facebook, whether you're wherever you are, in any web page that you are, you put Control F for find, Control Find, and then you type whatever word you're looking for, and that quickly will highlight the words that are available. So in this case, it says here fixer, and it says there's 2 matches for fixer. There's one right there. Let me go to the other one right here. And then the other one is right there in the bottom. Well, that's the search criteria. So this one here. Let's go to the next page here so I can show you another one. Let's go to one more. So let's pick this one here. And then this one has us even 3 times. Fixer, fixer, fixer. You can't miss that one, right? So if I were to go here, fixer, that's 1, that's 2, that's 3. There you go, right? So every property that shows up in here has the word fixer attached to it. So let me go back now, and we're going to use a different word. We're going to use the word we're going to use the word TLC, which is very, very common too also. And for TLC, there's 48 matches, you see. We're going to use another one, flip. We're going to try flip here, or investor or something like that. For flip, there's 6. For investor special. And I use single words. I don't use double words because sometimes you don't know what they're going to put. So investor special, 124 words. So this is what I say. So if you were to take, let's say Monday, I'm gonna use. I have a calendar, right? So Mondays I'm gonna look for fixers. Tuesdays I'm gonna look for TLCs. Wednesdays I'm gonna look for investor specials. Thursdays I'm gonna use for diamonds in the rough or whatever keywords you can come up with, right? You have sufficient properties to go there all day long. Like, I mean, if I were to use all the terms, there's on average, and I've done this a million times, so I know what the average is. On average, there's about 500 properties every single month that come into the MLS that have the terms that you're looking for. 500. So figure this out. If you're doing 10 a day, 5 days a week, that's 200 properties a month, right? Every 2 months, you're getting a new list. So there's unlimited amount of properties that are available. That's yeah. If you're doing more, you're doing more, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So there is an unlimited amount of properties that you can find here. Now I'm going to show you, but you don't have access to the MLS yet. We can probably fix that, but for right now, let's just keep it simple. I'm going to show you other places where you can find properties, sort of like that. Why don't you try forsalebyowner.com? forsalebyowner.com. So forsalebyowner.com, right? And then in here, you're going to find all the properties that are currently for sale by owner. But now watch this. Here's the deal, though. And I'm going to put here Los Angeles. So let's see what we can find here. Here's the deal, though. Okay? What you're looking for is you're looking for property. You're not looking. Let me show you this one here. Let me just pull this one here. You're not looking for this.
It's already fixed.
It's already fixed. Exactly my point. What you're looking for is the ugly ducklings. You know, you're looking for the ugliest properties, you know?
You're not going to be able to turn that around too much.
No, you're not at all. Yeah. Even the seller's not going to sell it to you, you know? So what you're looking for, you go to forsalebyowner.com. Here's another one. You go to Zillow.com, and I'm going to show you this. I'm going to show you one that is really, really important, all right? So I'm going to do buy here. Okay.
Let me see. Some tissue?
Yes, of course. Yeah, right here. There you go.
I think that's allergies starting to get to me.
That's okay, right? That's all right. So you're looking at here, and this is Zillow, right? The Zillow group, right?
Okay.
And then, oh yeah, that's a lot. So I'll go to the Zillow group, and I put the city of Los Angeles once again. Los Angeles, and I can do even Los Angeles County. But for right now, let's just do the city of Los Angeles. So I'm going to do the city of Los Angeles, you know, find the properties, right?
LA County is going to be more.
Oh, yeah, totally. There's going to be thousands and thousands and thousands, you know. The amount is incredible. So it even tells me, you know, I can only show you 500. It says there's more than 500. So you're going to have to narrow it down, which is fine. That's what we're going to do. Now, look at this where it says listing type right here, right? Listing type, right? Forget about the ones for agents. Concentrate on the buy owners. Forget about the new construction. It's okay for the foreclosures. The coming soons, never mind those. Potential listings is pre-foreclosures, make me moves and all that. That's perfectly fine, right? So you're looking at all those. Look at this here. There's 59 by owner. There's 31 foreclosures. So that's 60 right there. And there's 45 pre-foreclosures. 45 foreclosed. I forget about the foreclosures. Those are already done. There's 1,971 plus 20 make me moves. There's almost 2,000 properties in the city of Los Angeles, in Zillow, that are available.
There's more than 2,000.
There's more than 2,000.
But, like, see, the pre-foreclosure,
yeah,
those are where the people they have 2 weeks, they have a month to get that money, or else their house is going to be shut down.
Well, not necessarily, because the pre-foreclosures, the process of pre-foreclosure lasts 6 months and 21 days.
Okay.
So once the filing is done, they have 6 months and 21 days. They still have time.
But I'm just saying they can be those people that have those time runs out.
Sure.
And they can be those time are running out. So you're gonna find people in that situation.
Absolutely.
Where they only have so much time, or else they gotta sell their house, or they're gonna lose.
And
everything.
that's a great incentive for you to come in and buy the houses straight from them. Absolutely, I agree with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So watch this now. So there's 1,971 properties. So just in Zillow alone, You have addresses of dozens of homes. You don't even have to do it by zip code. Don't do it by city because the city is too big. Do it by zip code. Run one zip code, and once you finish with that zip code, move to a different zip code. So if I were to do a zip code in Los Angeles, I'm gonna just pick one at random, 90003, for example, right, which is the zip code in Los Angeles. Let me look at how many properties there are there. Okay. Let me look listing type again. So the same thing. There's nothing for sale by owner right now. There's one foreclosure, one that is listed for foreclosure. Forget about that one. And then we have 45 that are pre-foreclosure. 45 properties within one zip code. That's just what like a day's worth, you know?
Yeah, and then they're all probably within
right?
10
yeah,
mile
exactly.
radius, something like that.
Yeah, zip code is small. It's not that big.
Yeah, yeah.
So I do it on a per zip code basis because it's a lot easier to digest that way, right?
That makes sense.
So you got 45 properties. So what are you looking for? So let's say that, let me move those. And this is what you're looking for. Okay, so you're looking at all these pre-foreclosures. There's no for sale by owner, so I'm not going to put anything there. And this is what you're looking for, right? You're looking for the properties, and here's the pictures, and Zillow gives you all the pictures, the address, the pictures, the value, the properties, etc., right? You're looking for properties, okay? Look, accepting backups, this one says, right? So you're looking for properties that look bad. You're not looking for the beautiful ones. You're not looking for the remodel ones. You're looking for the properties that look bad. How do you know a property looks bad? Let me give you some ideas. Number one, there's no picture. If there's no picture, it probably looks pretty bad. Or there's only one picture. Or sometimes there's only exterior pictures because everything inside is kind of a mess. They don't want to show it, right? So you find some of those. This one looks nice. This is not a good, or maybe looks a little raggedy. You know, maybe this one looks a little raggedy, but it's still, you know, this one is not exactly what I'm looking for. I'm looking for something.
That one house has two. That's like a
duplex.
Duplex.
This is a duplex. Well, it says 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms. I'm not sure if it's a duplex.
But the way they have those doors right there.
Oh, it looks, yeah, I can, 2 entrances. I agree with you. You have a keen eye for that. Yeah. So okay, so let's do this. All right. So let's go through the process. I'm going to show you now. So finding the properties, right? MLS, Zillow, for sale by owner.com. If you put in Google for sale by owner websites, oh, they're going to have a dozen for sale by owner websites. Here's another one, expired properties that expired, okay, in the MLS, right? And I can actually set you up with a list of those. You go to those properties that expire, but don't go to the beautiful ones. The beautiful ones expire because the owner was too stubborn not to reduce the price because they're overpriced. Go to the ugly ones, the ones that didn't sell, not because the price was wrong, because the price might be wrong, might be right, but the problem is the property, the consumers didn't want them because they don't have enough money. See, that one thing that you need to know about buyers in general terms is that buyers, when they come in to buy a home, especially first-time home buyers, man, they're putting every penny they have to buy that property. They don't want a project. They don't want to have to go in and refurbish things and fix things and things like that. So buyers don't want these properties because they don't have money to fix them. Investors don't want them because there's no profit in them, not yet, right? So those properties sit on the market for 6 months. I've seen it, 6 months, a year and a half, 2 years, sitting in the market
same place for
a long period of time, right?
Doesn't sell.
Exactly. So you need to go and knock on those people. They're expired already. You need to. So there's no contract. They don't have any ties in with the agents or anything, right? They expired already. You need to go on the door and say, hey, I noticed that your property was for sale for a year last year and it didn't sell. I just want to know if you want to sell it. Our company is interested in buying it, and we can offer you up to $350,000. How does that sound? This is a conversation, simple, right? And take the conversation from there, whatever that conversation may take you. All right, let's do an example so you can see now. Okay, so we're gonna go to results here, and I'm gonna do. Let me change the view here. Let me do somewhere around 350. No, this is a condominium. I don't want condominiums. We only do single family, so I'm going to change that to single family and unattached property, so no attached property. Okay, so we're going to go there.
When you start doing condos and stuff like that, then you're going to start doing commercial.
When you start, properties are divided. Give me 1 second. Let me just fix this. Properties are divided as such. Single families, condominium, townhouses, 2 units, 3 units, and 4 units are all residential. All right. Anything over 5 units or mixed use, depending how big the residential versus the commercial property is on mixed use, it could be the residential commercial, but anything over 5 units, it's commercial, and anything commercial is commercial. A liquor store is commercial. A shopping center is commercial. There's nothing to it. So what residential is residential is single families, and single families are manufactured homes, condominiums, townhouses, single family homes.
And what if property has two houses on it?
The two houses on a lot.
2 lots or 3 lots, and they got a house here and a house here.
It could be 2 houses on the lot, 3 houses on the lot. It could be a triplex. It could be 3 single family homes or a triplex, depending how title and zoning shows it, because zoning and title will be different. Like I have that property right there, the one in Cecilia. Those are 3 single family homes on a lot. Those are actual single family homes, individual single family homes on a lot. It's not a triplex, it's 3 single family homes. Now, it could be a triplex if they're attached, but if they're separated, maybe they're single family. It depends how it's zoned for the most part. But right now, don't worry about that. That's you don't even have to worry about that.
Questions.
No, that's fine. That's fine. You don't have to worry about that. So let's go to the next part. So we find the properties. Oh no, totally. I agree with you. So let's try this one here on Hobart. Yeah, I'm just gonna pick one at random, right? And look at this property. This is a fixer, right? Look at this. This is exactly what we're looking for right here. This is exactly what we're looking for. Total distress. Look at all that mold. All of that needs to be removed right there. Everything. All of that needs to be changed. This is, look at that. Oh my God. There's cracks. There's everything, right? So this is what we're going to do. All right. So the first thing that we're going to do. So we found the property. That was step number 1, finding the property. Now we're going to find the after repair value. Now, I can spend here another 2 hours teaching you how to do a CMA. I'm not going to do that because there's no need. Right now, all we're doing right now, and this is what I want you to understand, all we're doing right now is quickly determining whether this property is going to make a profit or not make a profit. That's it. I don't want to know all the details. I don't want to know the entire condition. I don't want to go see the house. I don't want to bring a contractor. All I want to know is, would this property make sense or not? If it doesn't, throw it in the trash, move on to the next one.
So from here, this is what we're going to do. Since everything has to be done, I'm going to put $45 square foot,
right.
Multiply it by this square foot. That's what it's going to cost.
Actually, in this one, I'm going to put 55 because I'm sure the roof is in bad shape too. Okay, you saw some leaks. You see some leakage in there. You see some mold on the ceiling. Mold, So there's water damage definitely. Yeah. So $55 per square foot.
Okay.
All right. So, but let's the first step here.
Am I going in the right direction? Am I going in the right
direction? No, absolutely. Oh, totally. Yeah, I agree with you. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take the property address. We're going to figure out the after repair value. So to figure out the after repair value, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to copy and paste the address into, I like copy and paste, so I copy and paste the address. And then I go to Zillow, and Zillow is going to give me a value. And most agents don't like Zillow because, it's inaccurate and this and that. You know what? We don't like Zillow, but consumers do. People trust Zillow. They like to see the numbers in Zillow, and whatever Zillow says, they figure that's the price. But this is what we're going to do. Watch this. It says here that the estimated value, you see the C estimate, that's what you're looking for, right? You're not looking for the sales price. I don't care about the sales price. I care for the estimated value that Zillow gives them. The estimated value that Zillow gives them is $417,000. I'm going to take $417,000 and I multiply it by 1.1. Why 1.1? 10% more of what Zillow says. Because I know that when I come into the house and I fix it up really pretty, I am going to increase the value of the property by 10%. That's what we do. That's what we always do. We increase the value of the property by 10%. So you already got the answer. We already got this. We already found the property. Now we got the answer in regards to how much we can resell it for. In this case, I'm going to round it up to 460, right? For 458. Like I said, doesn't have to be perfect because I'm just trying to figure out approximately how much profit is going to bring me, right? And then the next part is we take the square footage, 936, and I like smaller properties because you spend less money fixing them, all right? So, yeah, less time too. You can turn it around really quick. So 936 times 55 equals $52,000. So I'm going to put $52,000 in repairs right here. Okay, so quickly. And then finally, the last step on this is that I'm going to run the profit calculator. I'm going to send you a copy of the profit calculator right now so you can have it. This is ever so simple, man. This is not complicated at all. So watch this now. So let me go to my calculator here. Where's my guess week? Give me 1 second. Here it is. Okay, so we're gonna open this, and I'll send you a copy of it right now. Give me 1 second. So come on. Okay, I'm gonna make it bigger so you can see it better. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna zero out all these numbers so we start fresh. Okay, so I was working on a different property a few days ago. So I'm gonna zero out all of this here. I'm gonna zero out all of this here. I'm gonna zero out all of this here. Okay, all right, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna start with the first part. So it says, what is the original sales price? The original sales price is 350. You can see it right here. Okay, so the original sales price is 350. Okay, then it says, what is the after repair value? 460. We already determined that. Then it says, how much is the rehab cost? $52,000. Okay, and now the last part is how much you're going to offer for the property. Now watch this. How much I'm going to offer for the property is based on the net profit I want to make. So the answer to this is the following. How much profit I want to make. Me personally, on my flips, this is a personal decision, has nothing to do with you. I want to make $40,000. I say if I make $40,000 profit, company takes 20, I take 20 plus my commissions, I'm making $30,000 per profit. Per property, right? If I make $30,000 per property and I do this once every 45 days, I'm making good money, right? I'm making good money, right? So watch this now. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to bring this profit down to $40,000. So I'm going to start right here where it says your offer price. I'm going to start at 300. The calculator automatically goes down there. You see 28. Well, that's too much. So I'm going to go down a little bit more to 80. That's 50. I'm going to try to 90. Boom, there you go, 39,000. You see how easy that is, right? All you have to do is change how much you want to offer for the property, and this one's going to tell you what your profit is going to be. You see how simple this is. This is not complicated.
Yeah.
This is not complicated. And now I know also that the sales price right now, the original sales price is 350, and what I'm trying to offer them is $60,000 less than 350. So the question is whether or not they're going to accept $60,000 less. Maybe 60,000 is not too much. You know, I wouldn't go with properties that, you know, because agents overprice properties in most cases, right? And you'll see this, especially when you go through the first part in the Zillow. The sales price of the property is 400, and Zillow says the property is worth only 300. And you're like, geez, you know, they overpriced the property $100,000. That property is not going to make any sense whatsoever, right? Yeah. I still may not discount it yet. I don't know. But all I'm saying is be careful with that. What I'm looking for is I'm looking for a property that is priced about right. Doesn't have to be priced right, because I don't want properties also that were underpriced, because there's too much competition on those. I want those properties that I can offer somewhere between $50,000 to $75,000 less of what they have it on the market. That's a number that I think, you know, if we really boil it down, negotiate it down, etc., maybe this is something that we can work together. So now that you have the answer, watch this. Now that you have the answer now. And the answer for this is that you could, on this property, offer $290,000. Yes. So what is the last part? The last part is to chase down the agent that has that property. Call, text, email, whatever you need to do. And what you want to do is you want to print all of these properties. You know, you want to print a list of all these properties, and you want to make your little note, put it on a 3-ring binder, right? Grab a Sharpie. That's what I do. I grab a Sharpie, and on this property, on top of the MLS sheet, I put $290,000. So I know that that's the maximum I can offer on the property right now, preliminarily, right? And then I call the agent and I said, hey, finally get a hold of the agent. Say, hey, you know, our company Keswick wants to buy the property. This property you have at, you know, Rampart or whatever, and we can offer you $290,000. How does that sound? How does that sound? That's it. And then he's gonna say, well, go to hell because I already have 100 offers on it. Okay, it may happen. It may happen. And he says that.
Makes sense.
Yeah. And at that point, you say,
they
well,
might say no. They might say that too because they don't want that. They don't like that price. They want more.
And at that point, I will say, okay, Well, can I call you back in 2 months to see if the listing's still available? Because guess what? Just because they already got 100 offers, that doesn't mean they're going to sell it. You know, sometimes they come back on the market. Sometimes the investor decided not to buy it for whatever reason or whatever, right?
Maybe they're all coming at the same price.
Yeah, exactly. So you need to follow up on those. That's for later. That's in the back burner, right? You create another binder for later, right? You have one binder for now and then the binder for later, right? So watch this now. So that's that. And then the second conversation you can have with them is when they say, well, send me the offer, I'll present it, we'll see what happens. Okay, then send the offer. At that point, you send the offer already, right? And at this point, I haven't even seen the house yet. You know why? Because we have a contingency in our purchase agreement that says that we have 7 days to back down the purchase if we don't like it. So we have 7 days to open escrow, to go there, do the inspection, and if you go there and you find something you didn't know before, crack in the foundation, house is falling apart or whatever it's going to cost you. You have exactly $125 per square foot instead of $55 per square foot. Then you can always back down. Yeah, you can always back down and say, I'm sorry, but my 7 days contingency is still in place, so I can back down. No problem. See, at this point, I haven't even seen the house yet.
You know, and with this, the way this is, because I haven't enrolled in the school, and the way we're talking with the 40,000, I wouldn't mind putting a couple more hours into work, and maybe doing this a little bit more.
Of course, you can be doing this all day long, right? Yeah. So let's go to the third conversation. The third conversation, which goes something like this: well, we couldn't sell it for $290. Because we have a bunch of offers, but the highest offer we have is 310. If you can do it for more than 310, maybe we can talk about it, right? So what do? At that point, then you go back and you analyze it a little more, look at it a little deeper, maybe even drive by the property. Don't spend too much time on it, but drive by the property, see, maybe I can increase the value. Maybe I can reduce the cost of construction. Maybe there's something that we can do to increase the profit a little bit. I don't know, right? It depends on where their mindset is in regards to the price, right? And something like that, right? Maybe I can add an additional bedroom and bathroom and go from 460 to 520, and maybe that's gonna give me, and you know all of this because you're in construction, so you know all of these things that you can do to increase the value, reduce cost, right? Maybe we don't need to paint the whole house. Maybe we only need to paint the interior or something. I don't know, right? So you got to figure out all things, but nothing happens. That's what I'm trying to tell you, is that nothing happens until after you have that conversation with the agent. Nothing happens until after you have that conversation with the homeowner. Nothing happens until you have that conversation with whoever, the trustee, the probate attorney, whoever is in charge of the super property. Nothing happens until you have that conversation. Because all you're doing, if you're not doing that, all you're doing is going looking at properties, bringing your contractor, doing all these estimations and all these things, you're spending way too much time on every property. You're never going to close a deal that way. The name of the game on this is submitting offers, submitting offers, submitting offers, submitting offers. This is kind of how it's going to work out for you. Out of every 20 properties that you analyze, you're going to probably find 5 or 6 that make good sense, 15 of them in the trash. They're not going to work. And out of those 5 that you do 5 a day, 5 days a week. That's 25. Out of those 25, you're going to talk to half of the agents, so that's 10 properties. Out of the 10 properties, you're going to be submitting 3 or 4 offers, and out of every 2 or 3 offers, you get 1 accepted. So if you do this process, you're going to be submitting about 5 offers a week. 2.5 of them are going to get accepted every month. But guess what? 2.5, or let's say 2, just to say a number, 2 transactions every single month. In 3 months from now, you're going to start cashing in between $30,000 to $60,000 a month. And that's what the name of the game is.
And I don't even need a license.
And you don't even need the license to do this.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful part. So let me stop the recording right now because we got the gist of it.